Hey everyone, Joe here. Today we're going to take a look at the new Commander class figure for Transformers, and that is SkyLynx. Thanks to Prime vs. Prime on YouTube for these photos. Okay, so first off I want to say I have no affiliation with tfsource.com. It's just the site that I've always used in terms of purchasing when I got back into collecting in 2011. You can find this info at tfsource.com, and you'll see on the page there when you go to the Earthrise section for Transformers, there are the pre-orders up for Transformers War for Cybertron, Earthrise, SkyLynx for $79.99, and that is in US dollars. Now to convert that to Canadian, where I am at the moment, it's going to cost you $112, and then if you throw tax on that, it's $127. Now that would be obviously without shipping prices, though if you were to go back to your local store and find, for example, at my Toys R Us, which we still have here in Canada, and luckily enough we do have it, the Jetfire was selling for $129 Canadian. So pretty much if you want it earlier without having the hassle of doing some shopping for it, you can order it online, and if you're in Canada, you're pretty much paying what you would pay for it on the shelf plus shipping costs. Okay, so let's take a little more look at what comes with the figure. I'm not going to read the product details in their entirety, but essentially, the magnificent Lieutenant Commander SkyLynx converts from bird to shuttle transport mode in 35 steps, Lynx to modular battle station mode in 20 steps, from bird and Lynx modes into combined bird Lynx beast mode in 22 steps. Product features, the toy is 11 inches in length, so that's actually a pretty decent sized figure. Earthrise figures allow fans to build out epic space battle scenes, and we'll touch on that a little bit later when we look at some of the pictures. Figures can connect to expand the battlefield. Converts from bird and Lynx mode. We talked about all that stuff. And packaging contents are you get your one Commander class SkyLynx figure, one piece of the Transformers universe map, and one red decoder to unlock the map's hidden paths. Okay, so let's start off with the pictures. The first one is what you saw at the very start, and that is Shuttle and Lynx combined together in what is called the Shuttle Transport mode. Taking a closer look at the side of the shuttle, you can see that they've embossed NASA on the side, along with some nice gold paint, as well as they've written Magnificence there, and that's in relation to the name they've given him as well. Taking a look at the back of the shuttle, you can see that there are 3 main thrusters along with 2 minor ones at the top. And with a nice side overview shot of the shuttle, you can see that they've got 2 Deco Autobot stickers on the each wing. You'll notice as well along the sides of the wings and throughout other parts of the figure, there's like an off-white / gray coloring that they've used to help sort of break up the monotony of the figure being mainly all white, especially in shuttle mode there. Here's a good shot of shuttle transport mode. You'll see that there are blue treads there on the bottom. Those are going to later be Lynx's feet. And then you can see as well they've used a nice blend of coloring, but sticking still with 3 main colors there. The red, the blue, the white, and aside from a touch of the little dark gray there. One thing I'm not super crazy about, you can see on the side of the shuttle there is a prominent silver screw. And you'll see a lot more of these in some future pictures here. I wish they could have done a bit better way of disguising them or hiding them, but with all the joints of this figure, I guess it would be kind of hard. Now with this undershot, you can see a little bit better of what the treads entail. You can see there's actually no rollers on each of the bottom treads, though directly under where the finger is pointing, you can see that there are two roller treads there. Those are actually attached to what the tail would be for Lynx. And then at the front of the figure on the left there, you can see there are two more rollers as well. So they're just at the right height where it gives the illusion of the treads rolling on the ground, but without them being scratched. SkyLynx does come with the standard weapon flares / exhaust attachments that you can use that have been pretty commonplace for like the Siege, and they've continued that on with the Earthrise figures there. So you can see you can attach them to the back of the space shuttle if you want a little bit of flame effects coming out of his thrusters. Comparison wise, here is a shot with SkyLynx next to Earthrise Wheeljack, a figure which I do own. My complaint with the Wheeljack, though, while we're on this side-by-side picture, is he wasn't white enough to my liking. I thought he was a little off, and you can see how off he exactly is compared to how bright and white SkyLynx is. Now, some of you may have noticed the little notch or latch at the front underneath SkyLynx's nose while in transport mode. And what that is that's a spring mechanism that allows you to release the shuttle from the transport. All you do is you press down on it. The spring release mechanism then releases at the front where the nose pops up, and you can lift the shuttle off the transport, as well as unhinge it from the rear mounting mechanism as well. Once the shuttle is removed, we have the Lynx base by itself still in transport mode. At this point, you can change it into its shuttle launch / base mode with very minimal difficulty. It is very ratchety, but it's just a matter of simply folding the legs out to the sides and raising up two of them. You can see that there's also a ramp once the shuttle is attached to it and placed in. The shuttle just literally pegs the three main thrusters on the back of the shuttle, peg into three protruding slots coming out of the top of the base. And then that ramp can also be used, as we mentioned at the start, to combine this shuttle launching bay to some of the other Earthrise figures, such as like Ironworks, which is one of the Micromaster bases. So we have another comparison shot. This is with Earthrise Optimus Prime. You can see actually how large the base is compared to the leader class figure that Prime is. And then once the shuttle is off as well, you can see it is a rather large figure, which is nice, especially since what you're paying for with these commander classes. Transforming the base into Lynx is fairly easy. It's literally a matter of you're folding out his head from the front of the transport and then pulling his legs down and ratcheting them out. You can see Lynx standing up. He has a nice solid base. His tank treads do actually in the end look nicely as padded Lynx feet, and you'll notice at the front of his at his face there inside his mouth, he also has a movable laser cannon that you can attach the flame firing effects to make it seem like he's shooting out of his mouth. Shuttle mode is a simple transformation as well. Literally, you're pulling the head forward, thus pulling the neck out from the center of the body, as well as pulling down his two red legs from inside and unfolding his wings out. There has been complaints, though. I've noticed from what I've seen, the wings are quite heavy. So in bird mode, he's a little finicky to stand up, which is a little unfortunate. I wish there had been a more sturdier design. Maybe they could have done a bit more in terms of ratcheting the wings to make them more sturdier. Maybe they could have added some more ratchets to the wings, just so they'd have a bit firmer base in terms of being able to pose SkyLynx in more dynamic poses, as opposed to just sort of having him in one position without having the wings flop all over the place. So finally, in the end, to attach both figures together. It's just a matter of folding in SkyLynx's legs back into the shuttle body and reattaching the base of the shuttle to Lynx's upper body the same way through both spring-mounted hooks. You can see it is rather large when both are attached. Again, it is very sturdy base-wise, but the only issue being the wings are very floppy still, even in this mode, obviously. The one, in my opinion, major flaw of this figure, despite how great he looks. Nevertheless, another great Commander class figure. We only tend to get about one of these a year from Hasbro. That's normally the case, and I'm betting that this figure will sell very nicely, despite what I've talked about here in terms of floppiness of the wings. I think I will pick him up if I can. I did grab the Jetfire when he came out, and that is a fantastic figure, so happy to have that in my collection, as well as hopefully the soon-to-be SkyLynx. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Leave me a comment, tell me what you thought. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys again real soon.